Right, okay, I've got the sun in my eyes here. It's a cold day today, so I'm sort of still covered up. And it's going to be like that now, isn't it? So it's the end of the year, and it's not going to be warm again until well, it might even get warm again, the way the weather's been lately. But this is kind of a sad story, but a pleasant story at the same time. And it's about, we're in Southport at the Swan, and a gentleman called Mr. John Tinniswood used to have fish and chips from the Swan. He was well, in April this year, he was registered as the oldest surviving man in the world at 111 years old. Wow, I mean, that's some doing, isn't it? He's passed away, unfortunately, just recently, this last month. And we've been meaning to get back into Southport anyway. So we thought, well, what better time to go than maybe a little bit of a tribute? He put his long life down to, now I'm paraphrasing here, but luck played a huge part in it. Diet wasn't really any part of it. He just, he sort of said, well, if you can eat too much, you can die. Too little, you can die. You can exercise, walk, you could die. At the end of the day, you're going to die. No matter what you do, there's nothing you can do about it. And that was kind of his philosophy. And yeah, it's right. So people say, well, was fish and chips part of the reason he lived so long? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I think it was just his mindset. It appeared to me, from what I've read about him and known about him, it appears to me that he was just as and when. He was kind of chilled. It was shit or it was bust. There was, and he even talked about other countries when asked about did he find it worse now than it used to be, and he said, well, in some places it's worse, in some places it's better. That's great. That's a great way to think and live your life. Well, he lived it well, and every Friday for I don't know how long he'd get fish and chips, and they'd get it from the Swan, and it'd be delivered to the old people's home, or care home, if you like, where he lived. And they all enjoyed the fish and chips and whatever else it was on a Friday. So to celebrate his life and a nice meal for me, I'm going to have what he may have had himself. It's a haddock and chips. The chips, although they look pale, probably more so to you with this light, they're absolutely spot on. Although I like them a bit bigger. So I'm going to cut this haddock in half. It's steaming hot, and that's because we have the hot box now plugged into the 12 volt, gets it up to 65 degrees in there, and it's got skin on. Now, a lot of people don't like skin on, but I think it adds, well, the oils and the fats from the skin get into the flesh, and I think it adds so much more flavour. Yeah, that is really, really nice. So, here's to you, Mr. Tinniswood. And what a beautiful day for it. Chip pound cake. We call them pound cakes where I live. We call them all kinds of things all over the place. They've got their mushy peas, so I'm going to have a little go at this with a fork, and I'll put them on my chips. Oh, look at that. That's it. That's the way it goes. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, wow, they're stunning. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I'd go as far as to say the second best mushy peas I've had, which is saying something considering we're talking 100 reviews this year. I'm going to try a bit of this curry, but I'm going to try it with a bit of the fish. It's very sweet, but it's very delicious at the same time. Mmm. I need some more of these peas. When it comes to fish and chips, I can be an animal. We've got a fish finger, a jumbo fish finger. I'm going to dip that in this curry. It was made for it. Now, I don't know whether they make these in-house or not. I did ask about the fish cakes, and they didn't make those in-house, so I didn't bother with it. I can imagine they wouldn't make these either, to be honest with you. Now then, what they did make in-house was their steak pie. So that's a nice slice. Let's give it a go. They had a couple in the range. Nothing like a nice hot food from that warmer now. Oh, mmm, mmm. Some nice thick chunks of meat going on in here. Look at that. See what the end of the crust's like? Mmm. So, Mr. Tinniswood, I hope you're being served that up there. Back to the computer. Look at a few reviews, a low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one. I'll write mine. See you there. Yeah, it was really interesting. My wife ordered the senior special, and when she ordered it, she said she felt a bit disappointed because the staff didn't dispute whether she was a senior or not. But yeah, let's have a look at some reviews. You know I do a low one, somewhere in between, and a high one. You know how it goes. 1 star. Chips. Undercooked. Very small cold fish. Response from the owner. Really wish you would have left feedback for 1 star. We could help to rectify. Nevertheless, thank you, and we hope to see you again. 3 star. The fish are getting smaller and the price is getting bigger. Response from the owner. Nope, all exactly the same as it's always been. 5 star. Great staff, great food, the best fish and chips I've ever had. The steak pie is amazing, and I love the flavour so much. The fried haddock is crispy and perfectly cooked without being greasy. A must-visit place in Southport. Response from the owner. Wow, thank you so much, Benny. Such a fantastic review. So pleased you enjoyed, and wonderful feedback for the team, where it is always appreciated. And we all hope to see you again. Mine, 5 star. Reviewing for the Chippy Tour, I finally made it to the Swan restaurant and takeaway in Southport. I only wish I'd visited sooner. It's absolutely superb. Tucked away on a one-way street, just a short stroll from the seafront, it's ideally located. Inside, the shop was clean and tidy, and the staff were welcoming and polite. The takeaway and restaurant areas are thoughtfully separated by a wall, creating a nice balance for both settings. The menu offered plenty of choice without being overwhelming. The haddock was outstanding, thick, delicious, and encased in a light crispy batter, served skin on, which I think adds flavour, thanks to the natural oils. My wife opted for the senior special, fish chips and peas, which was the perfect portion size for her and great value. The mushy peas were incredible, just the way I liked them, and some of the best I've ever had. The curry sauce was thick, slightly sweet, and paired perfectly with the fish and chips. I also tried their in-house steak pie slice, which was packed with tender chunks of lean beef in a rich, flavourful gravy. Pastry was firm, yet light. Cooking in. Vegetable oil. Hygiene rating 5. Cash or card. Fish reviewed. Haddock. Fabulous. See you on the next one. If you like this video, subscribe, share it, like it, hit the notification bell, and if you have any recommendations in your area, put them in the comments. Thank you.